Alright guys, welcome to Compound to Freedom, the name of my channel where I'm trying to compound returns and eventually hopefully get some financial freedom in many years down the track. Alright, so back again, we are on Autotrader. So Autotrader has been a real pain in the backside. Can I just say this as a trade? Not only did I get it near the bottom, but it's continued to pretty much hover around the same range for the last 6 or 7 days. I have not seen much of a momentum. Only in the last 2 days has it started to really drop. Also didn't check that it went ex-dividend. Now, if you're doing CFDs, this is something to note that if you are short on an ex-dividend, you actually have to pay money for that privilege. You don't actually get the dividend payment. So in other words, you're ending up to pay for someone else's dividend. The theory is that the share price will drop on ex-dividend by the amount of the dividend, but often it gets reflected and gets bumped up. So yes, it dropped by 5 pence. If I said that right, I don't use pounds in where I'm from in Australia, but I think it was 5 pence. But you have a look, it's still gone back up at the moment to where it was before. I've still got to hold on. If I can collect within the next few days down to here, which is around a 617 mark, look, I've taken a hit of at least 0.75%, but it's still better than nothing. Sometimes you've got to work out, is it worth it? Is it worth it to stay in the trade? Reason I say this is because of Carnival. Now, Carnival, when I bought this back on the 16th, it had made a bit of a drop from the market index that day, but it actually bottomed out, and that is not far off its lows, right, on this gap. Now, if I do this, hopefully I can show you. So there was a massive price drop here, and this was an exhaustion gap by technical definition. Massive volume, big gap, dropped, bounced back off, went into this range here, right? Now, on the 16th, about the 20-day moving average, I thought maybe move a little bit up. I wasn't holding out on getting a long on Carnival, but I knew if it trickled somewhere around here, be a great buy. Not far off. It ended up to be of the lows of around 1420 odd. You would take it, and look what's happened. In a spate of like 3 or 4 days, it's risen about 8% from that low. Possibly this will bounce again. It either is going to go higher or it'll go back in the range. I don't know. It honestly can go either way. If you have a look at that, that's a big gap there, right? And it's hitting the Bollinger Band. Now, there's some theories that the Bollinger Band, when it hits the line, it could actually mean that it's going to clean and go on a rise or fall. It may also mean that it doesn't do that, and it could just go back towards the medium, middle level. I love Bollinger Bands. I really think they're useful in trading. But yeah, possibly this may go up to possibly this level here, which is around, I think, a 16. Let me do this. Sorry, which is around a 1680. Could be 1700. Definitely it was going to go back up to here, especially as everything's starting to open up. Carnival is definitely a trade you should consider if you're doing long term. Within 12 months from now, I would think that this share would at least reach this peak and will continue possibly going to 1900 or 2000. You know, that's still close to a 20 or 30% return from now. So a long-term trade, that would be great. As for Autotrader, look, I can't wait to get out of this trade. I don't know what the next few days will bring. I'm going to give it possibly another week and a half, or maybe 8 trading days. And hopefully I'll get some drop. As soon as I get that drop, if it's in another, maybe it's Thursday today, if it's another week from now, I'm going to take it. Okay, so this is a FTSE 100. I've just drawn a resistance line from way back, but you can ignore that for now. So from at least, this is a day chart. If we go from April to the current period, I'll just do maybe early May to the current period. You can see that the FTSE is largely gone in a bit of a range. I mean, on June 16th, it hit a high of, what was it, 71.85 close, right? And it's done this again 3 or 4 times and then hit back. I mean, that's incredible. If you look at that line right here, that is a straight 45-degree line, effectively. Yeah, it cuts through a few resistance peaks. Every time it touches the top, it bounces back to be within the 20-day moving average. Just going to see, it's within the 50-day moving average at the bottoms, and every time it gets to that 50-day moving average, it bounces right back up again. The 100-day moving average, it's well and truly up, and it's beyond the 200. So the S&P is definitely still keep rocking on, and I think it's still got room as well to move even higher than where it is at the moment. There's just got to be something to spur it on, and there isn't a lot of news apart from the earnings that have already happened. So keep your eyes posted and just keep focused. But for the time being, it's all bulls.